Hello, hello, hello. I see new names from last night. Oh, there's Mill. Yep, she was in the show last night. Oh, Digital Cottage. Thank you. I'm pretty good. I got every package in the mail this afternoon. I felt pretty good about that. Thank you, thank you. We're just getting started. Thank you for the raid. I don't do giveies per se, in the traditional whatnot way. But I do until I run out. This one's a little wrinkled. These are authentic French linen flour sacks. They have a little gusset, so there's room. And I've been putting those in my packages for all of the buyers. So you'll get those. We had a blast last night. Digital Cottage, thank you so much again for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. Well, you're getting another one, Mel. I only had one oops, and I put two numbers in one bag and couldn't find that number when I went to put together the customers that had that number. And I panicked and I thought, oh no, I'm not going to get them out today. But luckily, I figured it out. I only lost about, 45 minutes. So that's okay. Oh, and here's glitter again. I know. And I even put these little tickets, I put the names and wrap them around however many you get. And I must have grabbed two. Luckily, that was the only one that I did that with. Because, I had a stack of paper to sort through probably, I'll show you the bottom, probably at least this high to sort out and get packaged up. A mile high. There you go. Well, I loved how yesterday went. I loved that those of you that were in here loved the ledgers. I still have a bunch. And so I went ahead and scheduled another show. And while I've got a bunch of you in here, I'll give you the backstory and then we'll get rolling. I had made these tags for the Build a Journal raid train. I was in the first one the end of February, and I'm going to be in it again the end of March. And it was a really fun time. And you create five different things in varying whatevers. Like I made 14 different tags, and many people have liked them since I have been showing them. And we thought we could do I'm calling it a craft with me and make them. So what I did was use tea dyed or coffee dyed cardstock on the back. I used these vintage, authentic French ledger pages, on the front. I then added a piece of lace. Many of them, I didn't show the girls last night, but I'll show you here. Many of them were a piece that went, up and down like this. And then on a lot of them, I put these Victorian ladies I make on top of it. And most times I glued her down to the lace, and then you actually had a belly band underneath. So I tried doing this on Monday and I overcomplicated it. So I rethought all this, and what I have done is I have bundles in there. I don't have any more real uh, coffee stained paper. But I did print out some 12 by 12, which is the size I normally use. And I've got a bundle of 3 of those in my bin. I made up some strips of lace. I've got some like this and then the tall ones. And there's bundles of those in the Buy It Now. And then made little packs of these. These are little jewels from India, and they're different. There's all different types. And if you haven't seen my Victorian ladies, I take these and I buy the magazines or the prints and I scan them and then I remove the background and come out with just the lady and um, then cut it out. I have a Cricut maker, but I bought a Caesar Juliet a few years ago and I absolutely love that thing for print and cut. So I have got, this is Lamode. I've got 3 sets of different Lamode ladies, 2 sets of French theater ladies. They are the covers of French magazines, just the cover. And I scanned those and did that process. This is one of them. This is one of the theater ladies. And then the other set I have are darker colors, and those are the first sets I did. And they're this beautiful lady in green. These were actual hand painted prints, and all of this I bought. Well, no, this was what not here, but I bought these from France. Man, I used to buy a lot of French stuff from France and have it shipped over. I'm not doing that as much because of the cost of shipping and now the added tariffs. So I rethought it and decided to just put the different parts in the bin. And I have an overload of paper, ledger paper, and decided to destash these. And so they are $1 a page, but most are going to be a folio where there's 2 pages. So that's why it says $1 a page, minimum of 2. Plus, I don't make anything with Whatnot if I sell something for $1. But the funnest part last night, well, I saw a lady earlier in the week, and what she did, I fell in love with. And I put the auction up, and if you're interested in it, then you bid. And if you want more than 2, which is 1 folio, you just keep bidding up. Everyone else will wait their turn since I have plenty. I hope that makes sense. So if I start the auction, you bid 2, but you want 6 pages, then you just bid it up to 6 and no one else bids. And then you get those, you get 6 of them. Does that sound? Pedra, hi! You just missed my long spiel. Oh my gosh. I was just trying to explain everything. And I can't remember how many different ledger pages I told you I had last night, but I was counting today and there's 9 here. And I had this one yesterday that I only had a couple. Well, that one was up there, so I really had 10. So I can't remember what the heck I told you guys last night. I'll set her over here. So this is the first one. And it is, and I got them all out. How will other people know not to bid against someone if they're bidding up? Well, if you see someone start, then um, just don't bid. until and if they want more than two, they'll just bid up. And then I'll run it again, and whoever gets in first will take their turn. You want 50? I had some people buy that many last night. Do you want a variety or do you just want to pay for 50 and do random? I had three buyers towards the end of the night. They said, I'll just pay 20, I'll just pay 30, and you pick out, a selection of. So you're just wanting this one? Well, I would do a variety. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I don't know where I was. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 26, I don't know, around 35 or so 35 folios. Okay. Well, then I'll run it and you can. So for 50, you would get 25 folios. I'd kind of like to share them. I'll tell you the one, I don't know if you like this one or not, but I have a huge amount of this one. Yeah, I've got that many of this one. These are all authentic. Um, yeah, I've got all 10 of these different ledger pages that we're going to look at. Um, anyway, I bought the ledgers from France last year and they were in pretty bad shape. So I took them apart and they weren't moving like I thought they might, and because I don't think I showed them very well. And I thought, let's just do this after I saw that lady doing this earlier in the week. Okay, so where are we at? I was going to measure. This one is there's two that are this size, and this is what, about 7, a little over 7.5 by 11.5. I love this size because it's so easy. In a junk journal, we can bring this up like this if we want pockets and still have, the crease in the middle. I had one with an example where I brought the both sides in and you could have a pocket if your journal was this tall. I don't know, this is just one of my favorites. And then I have the blank in this size also. Casey, hi. I got every shipment out today. So it was picked up about 2:30 this afternoon. They say it takes to plan on the amount of shipping time, to prep them, to prep the shipping, the same length as your show. And my show was what, a little over 3.5 hours last night? And that's it. It took every bit of 3 hours. It's time consuming, more than you would think. Also, since we got a few new people here before I start, this is my Givey. I don't run a Givey and whatnot, but every person that purchases, well, we had that a few times last night, but we just let that person. I said, well, you jumped in and you got 6. Is that okay? And they said yes. It worked really well last night. Wouldn't you ladies say that we're here last night? There's 4 or 5 of you in here. So this is what everyone will get in their package as a thank you for your purchase. Yeah. Well, let's get it rolling. I didn't have it pinned. Where's it at? Well, if I could spell, that would help. French ledger, there you are. I need to edit this because this is where I put in, they wanted me to just pick some out for them. I forgot to change that. Let me get this real quick. The dang thing on my phone, I can't figure out, if you've got a sentence that runs past the box, I don't know how, I can't get to the end, and move it over so I can change it. It's probably me, but okay, so I just did the change on my laptop. Does it look right? Authentic French ledger pages, most are folios. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so how this is going to work, if you want folios, bid up in increments of 2. But if you want 5, say, that's okay. You'll get 2 folios, and then I'll tear one in half to give you the 5th page. So each folio is 2 pages. Just wanting to make sure it makes sense. And it has started. So Christine put in the 2. If she wants more than 2, she can keep bidding up. If you'd like. Thank you, Christine. That's number 1. I was sure glad when I was packing. Oh, it isn't letting you bid up? I wonder why. That's weird. Let's see. Let's have someone else try it and see if they have the same trouble. I'm going to start it again, and someone that wants one can jump in and. Okay, Tamar's going to try. There it goes. Okay, so Tamar's going up. Hmm. There you go. That's how you do it. Well, Christine, I'll have everyone hold off if you want to try again. Do you want to do that? Hi! We are, I ran these French ledgers last night and we had so much fun, and I still have a ton. So we're doing it again tonight. Okay, so, oh, I got to get with it here. Tamar is number 2, and she is getting 3 folios. So we got 1, 2, And 3. Thank you very much. Christine, do you want to try it again? If last night I did have some ladies, one said, I'll bid up to 30 and you pick out 15 folios. And so what I did was what did I say, 9? So I did one of each for sure, and then I did a 2 of some others. So if that's something you'd like to do so that you don't have to wait for each one, I can help you with that. Okay. Do you know how much you would like to spend? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 different ledgers. One is blank. Well, bidding them up like we're doing too also really helps with the transaction fees too. If I ran each one individually, ah, okay. So let me set up. I'm going to set this one up for junk collector. Edit listing. And I'll put it at 20. And just so you know, that'll be 10 folios for a total of um, 20 pages. Okay, got that changed. Okay, so this one is for junk collector, everyone. I missed it, Christine, and I see it now, so thank you. Sunshine, yes. All right, junk collector, I'm gonna make myself a note. Junk collector, you were number 3, random with writing. And that is going to go in my pile. Perfect. You guys are making it super easy tonight. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to do. Oh, I went to switch it. I will do that. Okay, Meg, you're going to be next for 10. So that'll be 5 folios. Let's see. I got to go in and edit. Here we go. Edit listing. That is for 10. Save changes. And it's running. This one is for Meg. Meg Levin. 1987. Your auction number 4. And $10 worth of random. So do you want all of yours with writing, Meg? Or do you want one of the blank ones? Thank you all for being here. Are you still here, Meg? I'll put with writing unless she tells me different. How about that? Okay, and then we had okay, let's see. Somebody had 30. My digital cottage was after. Okay, so I'm going to set the 31 up. And I see you. What doesn't she do? I see you. Okay, 30. All right, my digital cottage, yours is going to run now. My digital cottage is number 5. And did you, I can't remember with the comments. I've missed quite a few. Do you want just with writing or do you want some of the blanks? Okay. So what is that? 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 4 is 32. So you need two more dollars to get two of each one. I have to know what Nancy's saying, because everyone seems really happy. Yeah, you get 15. So you'd get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and you'd get one of them. Okay. Okay. Almost. I put almost 2 each with writing, paid 30. Okay. And I put the number, right? Number 5. Yes. You may, Julie. Okay, you guys help me. I haven't been writing a list. I think what doesn't she do was next. Is that right? You guys will know better than I. Christine she said 3 with writing and 2 without. Was that $10 random with writing? Okay, so she wants 2 with, I'm thinking that's Meg, Meg Loving, because she paid 10. Okay, so 2 without. Let's see, $10 with writing 3, blank 2. Okay, let me get back. Oh, yeah, Christine. She was the first one and tried to bid up and it wouldn't let her. All right, Christine, tell me how many you would like. I'm so sorry. I need a piece of paper so I can write down the order. Unless you girls will just help me. Oh, don't do that. I'm sorry. Oh, hey, looky there. You want 8 folios with writing in addition to the one you got. Okay, so that'd be 16. Okay, let me get this changed. Edit listing. It will be, there's the 16. I'll drop the shipping down. And Christine, whoop, let me get it pinned. Christine, this is one is for you, and thank you for being patient. You bet. Okay, so you bid up 2 more. I need like a book. Okay, Christine. All right, 8 rando. I'll put rando because it's shorter with writing. Oh, but we did. Never mind. It's now 9. You guys keep me straight. Include at least 2 of smallest. Got it. Nancy, thank you so much. Okay, so now we've got Tamar, and she's 20. And I got it pinned. I gotta look at something real quick. Oh, that was on. Okay, so that would have been auction number. We got 3, 4, 5. So I think Christine was 6. We'll know when this next one pops up. All right, I'm gonna get it running tomorrow, and it is going now. And that's number 7. Okay, so that's right. Christine was number 6. Tamar, you want assorted, correcto? With, or I know assorted, good grief. Random with writing. I'm just wanting to confirm. Okay, got it. Okay, what doesn't she do? Does she have a dollar amount? I think, did I see 20 maybe? Okay, that's easy. I can just hit run next. Here we go. Okay, number 8. What Doesn't she do? Thank you very much, everybody. What doesn't she do is 20 and all with writing. Is that does that sound right? Okay. Okay, so 20 and 20. So Christine was 18, so she gets 9. Okay. Now, was there one more? Or did, whoop, me, 10 assorted with writing. Okay, so you want to spend $10 or you want 10 folios? Spend 10. Okay, perfect. And so let's get that changed to 10. And it is starting now. Number 9, Nancy. Thank you again for helping keep me straight. Nancy, $10 with writing. So that is 5 of them. Okay. Writing. Okay. Julie, I did see you in there somewhere. Thank you for hanging on. We've got 20. And I got when I was packing these, a couple of a couple of you got over 50 last night, and they still fit in my brown cushy bags. Even if you bought some of that sari and lace we talked about, that we were looking at last night. So it worked out super well. Okay, Julie, this one is, let's see here, 10 seconds, start auction. This one's for you. Hi, paper. I told them last night when the last 3 said, "Can I just pay you an amount and you pick for me?" I told them, I said, it means a lot to me that you trust me to do this. And so I want to say that tonight as well. Thank you. I won't do you wrong. All right. So I'm back to Julie. Julie spent 20 with writing. Tell me if I'm wrong. With writing. So she'll get 10. Well, all of you will get at least one of these for sure. I'll do a I'll start out one each and then I'll add in, you know, 2. Yeah, cuz this probably is one of my favorites. Well, no, this one is too. I love this one. You guys can stay and add more to your orders if you want, but yes, I think I have one more that wants to do a random, and then I'm going to start doing them individually, okay? All right, so 10, make sure I've got, oh, I don't have Julie's name. I would have seen it, but I want it on this paper. Julie P. paid 20 with writing. Okay, number 11 is going to be paper, a collar paper. And you want 20. Okay, so it's running for you, paper. Thank you, Digital Cottage. Same back to you. All right. And paper, you want them all writing also? I know. Yep. Oh, I've got plenty. All writing. You paid 20. So you get 10 folios. So far, we're all in even numbers. Now, is that everyone that wanted a random set? Last call. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take I'm going to take 12. I hope I add it correctly. We got 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11. I'm going to take a couple more so that everybody gets some of this one. Okay, I still have this many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I still have 12 left. Maritza! Oh, she wants a random. Hi, Maritza. I'm selling French ledger pages, $1 a page. Most of them are in a folio, so that's why it's a $2 minimum. And last night we bid up when we looked at each different type. Tonight, quite a few ladies, oh, thank you, junk collector. But tonight, quite a few ladies are wanting me just to pick a random pick. Okay, you wanted to bid on the ones on my desk. Okay. Okay. Just want to make sure we're right. Okay. So let me get this back to $2. And so Maritza, when I show each ledger type, and this is just the first one, and I've got 9 different ones. Um, if someone bids, let them just keep bidding up if they want more than one folio, and then the next person will have a turn and on and on. Now, we are getting a little low down here on this one, and I'm going to have to do that with all of them. That's the bad thing, as I won't know exactly what I'll end up with, but I want to make them as even as possible, for the ones that spent the money for a random. Okay, I'll quit jabbering. I will get this back to 2. And whatever I did with shipping last night, well, that's what I'm doing tonight. Worked. Plenty of shipping was paid. We were worried about that for a second, when somebody purchased like 20, but they purchased enough. The weight of all of it evened itself out really well. Okay, save changes. We're back to $2 for one folio. So whoever bids first, let them have it and let them bid up however many they want. Now okay, junk collector, how many did you say? Where did your little note go? I'm looking. 14 sold listings, so not counting the first one, there's 13 separate orders. And I pulled 15. 20 would be 10 folios. So really, that's one of each, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, with no, okay, 8. So there'd be two. Okay, so all of them doesn't have to be this one. But some of you, okay, so I'm going to put a couple more. So what does that leave us? 9 of these? Now, in this case, this could be, oh, good. Thank you, Nancy. This could be a different scenario since we're down to 5, 6. Oh, if you guys want, say someone wanted them all, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, there's still, okay. Let's let Christine, yes, win it with her random. Yeah, I think I've got plenty pulled. Okay, now the other thing I did last night, I only had 5 or 6 of one of them. They're not up, it's sold out, it's not up here. I think if I remember right, I limited it to like 3, didn't I? Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, let's let the Sepia son, I want her. She's been patiently waiting, so I'm going to let her go first. And I believe she said she wanted 3. So, okay, here, let's just do this. There. Thank you. And that's number 12. All right, so you get 3. 1, 2, 3. I guess with this one, let's do a limit of 3 unless they're not all taken, and then we'll just do some more. Does that sound okay? I'm going to start it again. That's 2, and this is 12. Gosh, and Christine is going to get some. Thank you, thank you. Oh, Maritza's in there. Maritza's number 13. And you wanted 3. 1, 2, 3, because they're folios. Let's run it again. See if you can get it this time, Christine. Christine, got up to 5. Is that what you wanted? One, two. Okay, and that was number 14. Let's run it again. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that would be 14. And I've got 8 other ledger pages to show you. Thank you, Maritza. You and Christine like this one. I love it. That's number 15. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay, so I'm short 1. Maritza, if I have an extra from the random sales, I will get you another page. Are you okay if I send you a different type? You've got 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And 15 would be 7.5. Okay, make myself a note. Pull if extras. Goodness sakes. All right, let's look at the next one. Is anyone interested in the blank ones? They're pretty cool. And it's my understanding you can run these through a printer. And they have this beautiful AVOIR word with, you can see how it was printed in or stamped in pretty hard. I'll tell you what I did. If those of you that bought, you know, 30 and 40 and 50 and up, I just threw some of these in actually. So I'll see if any of you want them. And if you don't, because no one wanted no writing, so I don't have to pull any of those. Here we go. Tamar wants some. See, I think they'd be really fun to, I've not done it yet, but to run it through the printer. But the part I haven't figured out, well, is this even 8.5 inches wide? It's 7.5. How do people do that when they print on these? Like I know Gina does, and it's 11.5, so it's just a little short width-wise. Have any of you done that? I got some of them upside down. There's 3. I ought to write the name first. Thank you, Tamar. Tamar, number 16. And you got your 3 right here. We'll run it again just in case. This is number 17. Thank you, paper. 1, 2, 3. These are the same size as the first one. After this, we start getting bigger. Okay, let's go again. Don't want anyone to miss out if they want them. Crud. I need to bring my. I was wondering why I wasn't hearing anything about the printing. Nancy, I have to go feed my pup now. Thank you, Nancy. It auto bid up to 15, so whatever is easier for you, I don't mind either way. Well, and I wondered why Maritza wasn't. Okay. Chat, you will have to do a custom bid to get to an even number after 11. Oh, okay. Okay. I've done that one other time where I didn't set up the chat, um, didn't move. You have to set the margins in your printer settings to print on them. Okay. Thank you, junk collector. I'm going to write that down. Set margins. Printer settings. Because I want to try that. Because when G Smiley has done it, they're so pretty. Yeah, you were right, junk collector. Okay, Maritza, uh, for the blank ones, I'm assuming I'll get it started now and just bid up to whatever amount you want. So after 11, does it jump to 2 or 2 at a time? I've had I've seen that in auctions also where I've jumped higher, you know. Thank you, thank you. So then does it stay odd numbers? Well, until a certain number. All right, so Maritza wants 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Maritza is number 18. Why, this way of doing it, this is what Gina does also. Can you tell I've been to a lot of G Smiley shows? Really worked. Yeah. Welcome in. We are looking at authentic French. Primarily, that's what I'm doing, Meg. Towards the end of last night, we actually looked at some other things. Yeah, Casey, you got a nice little stack. A nice big stack. Meg, if there's something you'd like me to show, you just let me know and I'll see if I can get it slipped in. I'd like to get through showing the showing them all one time and then we can venture or we can start back over looking at all of them. Okay, here is this one. This is the one I have a bunch of. Okay, so it is like 12 1/4 high by 9 1/2 wide. And again, they're all folios. I'll tell you if they're not a folio, but 99.9% of them are folios where they're attached in the middle. So there's two here, and they're $1 each. And so I'll start this one, and if you want one, if someone bids, don't bid on top of them, or don't bid it up, is what I should say. Don't bid it up. Let them bid up to however many they want, and then I'll run it again, and you'll get your turn. And I have a ton of these, so we don't have to worry about this as far as removing enough for the random packs. All right. Oh, we might get them through them fast since we did so many random packs too. Okay, I've got this one. Oh, you're okay, Maritza. Okay, let's get it there. It's running. This is a pharmacy one. Oh, I forgot to tell you that. 4 of these are pharmacy. This is the newest one, 1957. All right. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. And then I'll tear that one. All right. Thank you, Maritza. Let's see, is my new pen already pooping out on me? That's number 19. Okay, I'll do one more time in case anyone changed their mind on this one. This is a prescription one from 1957. Most, all the rest of them are um, early 1900s or older. Maritza, you want more of this one? You got it. I think I see what you're doing. Okay, so I had 7 in that one. I'll put 4 in this one, and we're square. I hear you. I was confusing myself because they're $1 each, but I got to remember they're a folio, so they're 2, and it left my brain a few times. This is number 20. All right. Yes, that's an even number. You're right. You got it. Okay. One more time on this one, just in case. I told him last night I took apart 3 or 4. That's okay. Prescription um, or medication, whatever, ledgers. And it was amazing how how many medications they created or invented or whatever from the early 1900s to 1957. In the ledgers, it listed them all. Okay, I only have one of these. And I'll let you guys decide if you want it. This is the one that I limited last night because I think I only had 6 or 9 or something. Okay. Now, I like this one. This is another pharmacy one. That's the word I was looking for. This is another pharmacy one from 1916. We've got numbers handwritten in on the odd numbers. Yeah. But we got February. Here's January. All right. So $2 a folio. If a person bids, the first person that hits, for the $2, let them bid up to however many they want. And then we'll start another one so that you can add some or that you can have a turn. Tamar wants some of these. Yeah, these I like. The next one is similar, but it's quite a bit darker. Well, no, I can't even sell any of the dark ones because I need them for the random. And I might be short on those. I didn't realize I was that short on one of them. But I'll make sure everybody gets at least one. It's this one here. So I'm going to put that up there. Thank you, Tamar. Okay, Tamar is number 21. And she gets 3. 1, 2, 3. Thanks again. I'll run that one again. Yeah, I like this one. Okay, I'm taking that many out for the randoms. Ooh, yes. This, I didn't even show it to you super well, but look at this. And can you see the red edging on the paper? The whole book had the red edging on the top, bottom, and side. It was beautiful. Christine. Thank you, thank you. Number 22, and you get 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Now, I doubt these probably won't go out tomorrow because I leave for my daughter's in the morning, depending on how late, we go tonight, but for sure on Monday. Okay, I'm going to run it again. Really pretty. That's May. M-A-I is how they spell May in France. Hi, glitter. That one looks like it. Well, we're not going to do that one. Looks like it has a bug. That has a piece on it too. Yuck. Let me just make sure. Oh, yeah, we're good. All right. Glitter wants 3. 1, 2, 3. I was so excited to get them all packed and out today. I my on time or my shipping rate dropped when it in the snowstorm, because I couldn't get them out, and I didn't think they would drop it because of weather, but they did. I'm usually less than a day because I know when I buy something, I want to see it as soon as possible. Running this one again. It has the beautiful red. You can see a nice. Thank you, Maritza. Number 24, and you get 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do that just to make sure. I'm positive they're folios, but I just want to make sure. Okay, so we have how many left? There are 3 left. Well, 4 with it up here. So we got 4. If anyone wants any more, you want 3 of them? I'm having trouble figuring out how to pronounce your name. I'm so sorry. Sepia son? If I'm not saying it right, I'm sorry. Oh, good, 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 good. Yeah, I'm just going to my daughter's um, for a day trip, so I'll be back tomorrow night and I'll have Sunday to get everything ready for Monday. Number 25. You want 3. There they are. I guess I've got 3 if somebody wants the 2 with, I don't know if it's a squished bug or what it is. I can't tell. All right, I'll run it again. I've got 1 without a bug, 3 if you want 2 with a maybe bug guts. I don't blame you. Okay, I'll keep the bug guts for myself and somehow disinfect it. All right. This one is, let me turn them over so I can grab them right. It looks like that was backwards. These 2 are kind of banged up, so I'm going to do that. Oh, these are the singles. That's what it was. I think this was one of the first ledgers I took apart, and I didn't have it quite all figured out how to do it and save as many folios as possible. And I need to take some of these off the pile for the randoms. 1, 2, 6. Okay, here's 7. Oh, we're not going to have very many left of this one. All right, there's 2. Plus, I should have one of them up here, shouldn't I? this one. Okay, so I have three. These are what? 13, 13, let's see, 12, 13 and 3/4, I think. And they are 8 3/4 across. These are 1910, early 1900s. This is what you've got. Welcome in. Now, I think, didn't I have some older and kind of rough shape? That's why I took them away. Okay, so I only have three of this one left. Those of you that are new, I'm selling authentic French ledger pages. I bought the ledgers from France last year and took them apart, and I am destashing tonight. And the reason you saw me take some off the pile at the start is because when tonight's show started, many ladies wanted, um, just like say pay 20 and they'd get 10 folios that were random. So I had to take that off the top just to make sure I have enough to cover those. And what I have for this one left is three. So that would be $6 for these three because they're folios, which is 2 pages in case um, you didn't know. A folio is attached, it stayed attached from the book. So that would be $6 for the three. And what we're doing now is I'm starting it at two, which is for one folio, because that's 2 pages. And if you bid, no one else jump in and bid so that that person can bid up to the number they want. Now, in this case, we're down to three. So I don't care how you guys want to do it. If these are three that you really want, you do your thing. And I'm going to get it started now. Whoop, now. Tamar, number 26. And you would like all three of them. Thank you very much. I need to get a drink, I think. Okay, now I might be in the same boat with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I need to save those for the randoms because there were quite a few of you. I've got leftovers of the last one. Let me just take out what I need for those. 10. Excuse me. Okay, we got a little bit of amount left of these. Oh, these are the ones. Oh, if you were in here last night, I was telling you that I had some from the 1800s and couldn't find them. Well, here they are. I must have put them with the others that Tamar just bought that were from the 1900s. Oh, you know how it goes. 1, 2, 6. I'm just double checking all this. I definitely don't want to oversell. I've got some singles. Okay. I think these are all 1800. One, I can't remember even what I counted here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 11. Okay, there's 12. I only got singles again. Okay, so I have 13 folios and probably 10 or more single pages. Whew. So here is this one. 1894. And those of you that got the bundles, you'll have however many with your, random, at least one, I'm sure, in your random batch. Okay, so what did I say? 13? Okay. So here we go. Let's see if anyone would like some of these. 1890, 93, 97. Who was asking if this was all I was doing tonight? We're going to get through these ledgers a whole lot quicker than we did last night. Because this is the last one. Maritza is number 27. Thank you, dear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'll run it again in case anyone else wants some. And if you prefer sheets that are single, you just let me know. Here's an example of one of them that is a single. Welcome in. We are looking at authentic French ledger pages. Thank you, Glitter. And you are number 28, and you want 2 of them. 1, 2. Okay, let's run it again just in case anyone else wants some of those. 1895, 99, 97, 97, 97. I bought the ledgers in France I had them shipped from France last year, and then I took apart these ledger books, and we had fun with selling them last night, or buying and selling, and so I did a round 2 for tonight. But it took us probably 2.5 hours to get through all of them last night. It was a lot of fun. Okay, does anyone want to see, or if you have joined after we started, want to see any of them again, I can show you the ones I have left. This is the one I have the most of. Golly, that's really about it. Run the blue ledger. Blue ledger. I'm drawing a blank, Glitter. What am I not getting here? This one? Okay. All right, so what we've been doing is it starts at 2, so you get one folio because a folio has 2 pages that are still attached when it was pulled from the ledger. These are from 1957. They're the newest. So they're $2 a folio. So if you want all folios, bid in even numbers. And um, if you if you see a person bid, let them keep bidding up in case they want more than one. And it's going to start now. That's not the one you're thinking that you were thinking, Glitter. The one on the wall. The, if it was that one, that's this one. And I have this one and this one that are, I'm going to hold them back for the random because a couple of them I was short. A couple of them I didn't even get to show you because I needed them for the random packs. Yeah, I needed. Well, I think we're done with ledgers, guys. Well, alrighty then. I forgot, I was going to do some flash sales. Should have done that at the beginning when more of you were here on rag paper pages that I pulled from books. I'll show you the 3 different options in case you're interested. This one has 16 book page folios. So 2 page, there's 16 of them. There's 8 different styles. So you get 2 of each. And they are amazing for junk journals also. And if you've not ever seen or felt rag paper, oh, this is a wonderful opportunity to get some and play with it, especially if you're a junk journaler. I'm going to pin it. I've got this one 50% off. And I'll start it now. It didn't. Why isn't it 50% off? Tamar, would you like 2 of these? Okay, let's do that. Oh, thank you. Then I don't have to fix anything. They were supposed to be 50% off. Well, that would have been a racket if I told you guys that, and it wasn't. All right, so I've got two for tomorrow. So now quit bidding on all the rag paper. Thank you. Let me try it again. Okay, so I've got it pinned right now. Let me pin another one. Go back to this one and pin it. And what does it show? There we go. Oh, start flash sale. Okay, that's what I meant to do. In case anyone else would like a pack of these. They are, rag paper is the most amazing paper. You'll never see rag paper crack because it's actually made of cloth, of clothes. And so, like on these ledger pages, say this one here, how it's, you've got this. Well, it's not a great example, but how they get crumbly. Rag paper doesn't do that. Um, and come a couple of the packs coming up next are even there's different, and there's also different degrees of rag paper I'm finding. And so, but to add one of these little baby ones in a signature in your junk journal, I just think that'd be fun. And I just wanted to get these out here so you guys could have an opportunity to get them at a cheaper price and play with them and feel them and understand what rag paper is. A rag paper, well, I'll show you on, that might be a good one. One way to tell that it's rag paper, I'll see if I can show you in the camera. Can you kind of see? I don't know if I can get it in view right. A lot of times with rag paper, you can see lines. And I could see it in that one when it was up there. But you can actually see lines because they put this clothing, I call it a pulp, this clothing pulp on screens. Like if you see what, people that make it these days, make handmade paper, you see them with those screens. And this is what they did back then too when they made this. There were actually people that went out. I'll start the next one. That actually went out and gathered clothing and pinned the product. Okay, I'll tell you more after I show you one of these. Okay, this one has eight folios from four different book page styles. So you've got this one, you've got this really nice white one, and then there's four that are dictionary. I'll start this one. So people would go around and gather clothing, and then wherever they took them, then that next set of people remove the buttons, and all of that extra stuff on clothing. And then I think they took them to the paper mill or where it would have to be. And they somehow reduced the clothing down to a slurry, is what I like to call it, and then put it on the screens to dry. And that's why, like on this one, can you see that I call it a decal edge on this white one? Um, where the cutter at the bookmaker, didn't get it cut straight or get, in far enough to cut it. And because this one is whiter, most likely this was made from just white cotton. They did that, and that's why you can see the difference in the coloring. So this is my favorite rag paper, the white deckled edge. But I just think these would be phenomenal in a journal. And as soon as I get myself started making them, that's what I plan to do. Now, the last set that I'll show you are 10 folios that are the exact same size, made with that deckled edge. And they're just, oh, you can't see the lines really. But these books had that beautiful foxing. I love that too. Okay, I'll pin this one. What I started to figure out, I want to make a signature with these 10 rag paper folios. And what I did before I started on Whatnot is Heavy, I actually cut some paper that would cover a lot of this writing. But by the time we'd put pockets down here or pockets on the side, you wouldn't see it, as much anyway. But I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do that. And when I do, I will show you guys. I absolutely love rag paper. It's the most durable paper ever. And this is from before 1840, these pages. Because it's my understanding somewhere between 1840 and 1850, they didn't use rag paper regularly. So you have to kind of watch the book when you get into those years. So yeah. All right. Well, earlier I was showing these tags that I made. I was in, um, yeah, I was in my first build. If you've ever heard of the Build a Journal raid train, it runs once a month, and I was in my first one the end of February. And I made these tags as one of the 5 parts. So, like, one part that I did was I made 14 of these different tags, and the buyer got to pick 2. And what they are is this is tea dyed cardstock or coffee dyed. And then I used the French ledger pages to cover the cardstock. And then I added the lace. This happens to be one that runs as a pocket, but I also made them where you like put a piece here and just glue it at the top and bottom. First I'd glue the lady on top of the lace, and then I glued down just the top and bottom so you had like a belly band on the tag. And with this one, you have the pocket, and then I added the piece of velvet trim to cover up the roughness of this mesh because it was like a raw cut. I added one of these India jewels, and then these ladies are what I have fallen in love with making. I buy prints. And oh, so far, these were the first ones I bought. There's 3 sets of them. And they were hand painted, like litho prints from France. And I scanned them. I um, removed the background, which is what takes the most time, because you can go into a remove background program, but most of the time it doesn't remove it 100%. So you have to tweak everything. And then I use my Caesar Juliet and cut them out. So these were the first 3 sets that I did of, I call them more like the winter clothing, the darker colors. And I have 3 sets of these that if you're interested in these little dolls, you can get. I call them die cuts, but you can see like this one. I mean, I've gotten it good enough that gotten around that little pair of eyeglasses she's carrying. And then I have 3 of these that are La Mode. And I did the same thing. Just made all these little paper dolls so that we can add them into our junk journals. We can put them on the tags like I was doing. So those are all in there. And then I bought, here on Whatnot, a gentleman was selling French theater magazine covers, just the cover. And I bought enough covers that I was able to make 2 sets of the um, ladies or dolls or paper die cuts, whatever you want to call them. So I've got 3 different styles. I'm currently working on a 4th one. And then I have 2 sets that are going to be black and white from La Mode Illustré French magazines. I bought those from France, and I got those a week and a half or so ago. So I'm going to start working on those. They're just a lot of fun to add if you like that era, the late 1800s, early 1900s. So Monday, I think, is when I have it scheduled to do my first craft with me, and I'm going to make some tags. I need them for I'm going to do these again for the Build a Journal braid train the end of March. And I've had numerous ladies interested in making them, so I'm selling the parts. So in the bin, you can find bundles for lace, for pockets or this style. It'll be a combination. These are pieces from India, the beautiful jewel pieces. And here's the jewel piece on this one. I'm not going to do another one with this material. It was too heavy and I wanted these hanging off each edge, and this just didn't pull tight enough for what I like. But here's one of the opera ladies, or theater ladies, I mean. Yeah, just last night I caught the same guy, and he had more of these, and they were opera and theater, and he had some that were closer up, like maybe from waist up. So I'm even going to try some of that with those too. So that is kind of the whole idea behind selling the ledger pages last night and tonight. And because I'm going to do the craft with me. Now I say that, and I have a baby YouTube channel. um I had created it, I think, a couple of years ago and didn't ever do anything. And then I found out that Whatnot, you can link Whatnot. I did that to move some of the glare. Link Whatnot to YouTube. So that's what I've been doing, is linking my show. So if you weren't able to make it on Monday to the craft with me Monday morning, you would be able to go in and see it. And my YouTube channel is, I'll write it down, Scrappin' and Junkin'. SCRAPPIN and Junkin'. JUNKIN. It's all one word, but that's that. I think it's two P's. I need to double check. It might only be one. I can't even tell you for sure my YouTube name. But yeah, when I found out you could do that, I thought, well, that's the minimum I could do, is link my Whatnot shows over there. And because I wanted to start doing some crafting classes on just, miscellaneous small things. All right. Is there anything in the bin that any of you would like to see? I started by selling. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I know. I haven't even been telling people, Maritza. I don't know why. But if I would ever stop selling or buying on Whatnot, I want to change my username to Scrappin' and Jokin', because I have an Etsy in that name too that I've not done anything with. I've just played around with all these different things since I retired. Well, I've been retired 6 years, but the last couple of years I've really tried to figure out more of this technology stuff and created an Etsy. And I'm thinking hard about. Oh, thank you, Maritza. I'm thinking really hard on adding. If you've been to my shows, you know I have a ton of French prints of invoices, checks, book covers, documents, you name it. And I'm seriously thinking of adding it to Etsy. Or I've heard I can do it away on Whatnot. I'm still working through understanding all of that. So I'd almost rather do it that way. But it would be a thing where I would have a listing for, I do have checks. I would have a listing for 70, I think it's 78 cent um, regular envelope postage cost. And what I would do is have a link that I would put in the envelope and mail it to whomever purchased it. But I'm figuring out I can also email, message you here on Whatnot and get your email, and I could send you the link real quick. Then you guys they'd be a digital set, and you would be able to print it as many times as you want. I wouldn't print them. You would be buying the digital set. So I'm pondering on all of that. All right, so Christy, what I have is two options on checks. I have scanned every check front and back. And one set that I've printed is the front and the back. So on one page, you get the front and the back of the check, and you get 10 pages. So this would be an example. That'd be 1, 2, 3, whoop, 4. These checks are amazing. I specifically ordered checks from France, so I know this is what these have to be. And when I first saw them, I thought, well, those aren't, fancy like the others I've shown. Well, I looked at the dates, and many of them are from the 1800s. Most of these that are fancier are, like up to say 1920. So then we've got that's 5, 6. Look at that color. I guess I could turn them beautiful. And what I love is the paper was thin enough that, I mean, you can see on this side through. So what I do, or what I've done with these is cut these out, and then I used a glue stick so that every inch was covered in glue. I'm a huge art glitter glue girl, and I didn't like that I couldn't get it smeared around, 100%. So I actually used glue stick, and the glue stick I love is this Oohoo Magic Blue. And so I cut them out and then put the back and the front together, and then you have a really nice, and this is 28-pound paper, so it's going to be a little heavier than a check, but not, you know, horrible. And then here is this pretty green one. Look at this brown one. So let's say that we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one's kind of cool. Look at the lines in that. Whoop. Yeah, I didn't know. I had not used glue stick until probably the last year because I just didn't care for it. But man, I love it. I love this one. And then here's number 10. So if you like having the front and back, that's an option. And then I have a set where you get 5 pages, but you get 2 check fronts on each page. I'll show you those next. Here is an example. So these are just the check fronts. What's cool about these is you could print on the back side, to have it go with whatever paper or digital, that you might be using. So I've got this one, and they'll be in varying, these are actual size. I don't like to, I like to see the whole thing. That's why when I print a lot of times, you'll have, you'll see edges on mine, but I don't want to fill the page. Like for an invoice, I want, or a ledger page especially, I don't want the bottom or the top of the ledger page to be cut off. So we got 1, 2, 3. Look at this one. 4. And I don't chop off where that was torn from the actual check. These are all checks that I own. And then we've got this one. So I like both ways, because I think if I was using, say, I love digital. If I was using a particular digital collection, I could print it on the back of the check if I wanted, which I did that before Christmas, and they sold like hotcakes. So I need to work on making some more of those. Do you like either one of those, Christy? So either way, you get 10 checks, 5 pages of check fronts or 10 pages of the fronts and backs. I need to get a drink. I'm just so happy with my scanner. It's actually the scanner on my printer. I've tried 3 different scanners and I'm not happy with any of them, and I've returned them and I've gone back. I know. This one, they're $1 a page. So this one's 10 and this one's 5. I um, went back to the scanner on my Epson. I have an Epson ET8550. It's a wide format because I was big time scrapbooking and I always wanted the 12 by 12 papers. So I like if I knew I was going to move this direction a few years ago, I would have probably not bought a wide format printer, but I really like it. And I think it scans beautifully and prints well. Oh, about dropped my water bottle. But I'm also pretty picky and I print all of these high quality. So they take longer to print because they use more ink because I want, the best crisp color. So I've got invoices, ledger pages. I've got a set of just blue ledger pages. They are stunning. They happen to be American. I thought I had at least a couple blue French ledger pages and I didn't have them. And when I went, through and looking closer, excuse me, I have tons of invoices. I think I have enough for 5 or 6 different packs of French invoices. Let me get one of these. These are the blue. Let me take them out of here so you don't have the glare. These are the blue ledger pages. This is what I was talking about. I don't do fit to page because if I did that, yes, it would cut off, some of the top and some of the bottom, and I don't want to miss the numbers, or anything on a page. So this is why mine look like that. Plus, I print borderless, and I started doing that because this is a whole folio. You can see the center, so you've got a whole folio in that one and this one. A folio is where the 2 pages are still connected from when they were taken out of the ledger. The blues are just magnificent. Look at this. And you can see some of the grungy, the browning on the edges too. So I was buying the real deal in France from France, and it hit me. Those are Well, it's not only they're expensive for me to buy and ship over here, but they're more expensive, for any of you to buy. And I thought, I don't know if I want to put authentic in every junk journal I would make. So it hit me, why don't I scan these things and I can sell the prints and it's much cheaper, and you would get more selection. So that's kind of where I went, and it just snowballed. I became a scanning queen, just going crazy with scanning. These were popular. I made, let's see if I can find one. These are French envelopes that I bought the digital, and I got permission from the creator that I could use, that I could sell them in these packs this way. What I did was shrink them down where you can do, like 9 to a page, and you cut them out, and then, oh, goodness sakes. So on this side are the envelope, and you'd cut them out, and then you'd fold them in the middle right where the line is. And on the back side are prints. So the inside of your envelope will have some color. And you've got this page with those. And we've got this page. And these are printed on, this is linen paper. That is French fabric ledger pages. And you got this page with those. Then I took the invoices and shrunk them down to 32 to a page. And that's on the front. And then on the back, I just did some variation of colors of this damask. And I'll show you what they end up looking like. Oh, oh, where'd they go? I thought I had them right here. Oh, where did you go? They are just the cutest darn things. I wish I could. I thought I knew that where they were, or I wouldn't have gotten you excited. But they're little bitty. Oh, I'm sorry. Where in the world is my tray of them? Well, I will keep looking. They were right here. I only have a few piles around here. But you fold them, I inked them and folded them in half, and then folded the little invoice in half and tucked it in the envelope. Yes, I will run them. And they, then I have a little tiny hole punch that I made a hole in the corner. Oh, I just found them. Oh, punched a hole in the corner, and then I added a bulb pin. I mean, how can you lose this? Look at this. Well, these I added that. The first ones I made, I just added little teeny tiny beads on the bulb pin. These I added these crystals. And this is what you get, is this cute little envelope with a little invoice inside with print on the inside. Now, these were really popular in November. I have another set that is just this envelope because it has a 25 on it. And then it has Christmas music on the little notes that you put inside. And they were a lot of fun. And I inked them with red and green, and put a little bit of gold ink on them too. I mean, this is how tiny they are. And you got this little bitty, I have a Christmas design on the outside, and look at this, Christmas song on the inside. So for the Christmas, you get 4 pages, I think it is, or 3 pages of just the little Christmas envelope. All right, let me run the regular ones. So anyway, these would be so fun. These would be, when they are fun, to add to, a spot on a journal page. They're in the Buy Now envelope. Okay. Yeah, the regular is 5 double-sided printed pages, so 4 pages of envelopes, these with the right here, and then this page that has the little letters. The Christmas is 1 sheet less. So you have 3 full pages of envelopes and a full page of the Christmas songs. Okay, I pinned it. There. Is that all I need to do? Yeah. So this one that is pinned is for the regular ones. I call it the regular everyday ones. And then the Christmas, they're just so fun. Well, I did red around, I did red or green, and it seemed a little bright. I used Tim Holtz ink, and then I came in with vintage photo. Yep, it does. It did. Yes, I saw where you did. And then I did vintage photo to kind of tame it down a little. This one may not have this round. I don't know if I have as much gold. But then I remembered I had a gold ink pad, and so I hit it. I hit these with here's one with gold. You can kind of see it on there. Oh, everyone loved those around Christmas. I'll go ahead and pin it just in case you want some Christmas ones. Yeah, I don't have to run them as an auction. I just pin it and then you guys can purchase, huh? I'm trying to figure all this. Oh, Tamar, you've made it up to the 3rd level. Congratulations. Um, and then you guys can run them. So those are amazing. Okay, and then I have some more miniature. I had, oh, I bought a bunch of French books with beautiful covers. Well, if you've been to my show, you may have bought the book covers that are a full page. What I did first was print 32 to a page of all of the pretty book covers because I wanted to make miniature books. Oh, thank you. And these are on a 45-pound cardstock because they're the cover. So you've got that. I could not, wait, I think, did I eventually? I thought I figured out. Okay, hang tight, guys. Let me see. It was a lot of work to figure out how to match up the books with that cover, that marble cover page. I thought I had it figured out, though. Well, evidently I don't. I'll have to look more. And so anyway, I printed Yeah, it's not a good print, so I wouldn't sell you that one. Here's what they'll look like when you get them. Better color. See how that looks shadowy? Look at the difference. That's just in the difference in paper. And so what I would do is I'm going to look further. I think I had it figured out where I had the books printed on the back side of this marble paper. And then you cut out the little books and you score where the spine is on each book. And then you use, also in the pack, is a pack of the 10 rack paper folios. You get all this for one money. And you cut these this height. I include a piece of chipboard. So you get your cutter and you cut all the way down this height. And I didn't tear the folio apart. So, of course, when you open it up, it's twice the length. Then you use this to fold. Oh, it might be right. It is right here. Well, look at that. I haven't shown these in a while either. What you do, okay, so here's the cut from the rag paper. And you got this width, and you put it on here, and you use the first, you don't go all the way around, you just use that first edge, and that tells you where to fold it. And then you turn it, it's best to turn it like that, and then you fold, you get it as even as you can, and then you fold just on that first lip, not all the way around. Bring it up this way, do it again, all the way down. What's nice is the rag paper is thicker, so you don't need as many as you would if it was a thinner paper like, this 28-pound paper. Then you put them all together and you hot glue them into the spine. You figure out how many you need for the width of the spine by testing. Then you hot glue it into the spine. Then the height of all of the books is the same, but the width, coming out from like the front cover and or the back cover are different. So this gives you the correct, see, like I made it for one of the biggest books, the correct width, but this one is skinnier. So you'll come in and you'll have to trim, that extra bit off the edges. And then you've got mini French books. I need to do a craft with me on that, don't I? That's what I need to do after these tags. Well, I'm doing tags and then I'm going to do masterboards and then I'll do these little books next. Yeah. Well, okay. I, in the listing, I put, yes, um, in the listing, I've put the web address of where the tutorial is. This came from Tim Holtz. So um, but he's doing it for Simon Says Stamps. If you've ever heard of that company, most people have if you're a crafter. Um, it's on their website, and Tim is with her showing it in the Halloween edition. He has these little, this is what gave me the whole idea. He has these little books in some of his packs that he sells. And I thought, oh my God, I need French books so that I can do that since I love the French so much. So that's where all that idea came from. And yeah, Well, I've kind of spread out a bunch of stuff, haven't I? Oh, I'll pin the books, the little baby books, mini books, just in case anyone wants them. Mini books. I can't even remember what I. Oh, that is what I listed them at. Okay. So just remember you get 10 folios, so 20 pages of this rag paper. You get the page with all the book covers. You get the page with the marble. I wanted I wanted something, even though they're mini, I'm probably being too but I wanted marble on the back side of the book cover. And then I think in each package you might get this stuff too in case you want to use, different marble on the insides. But I'm going to add it to my list to do a craft with me. And now that I have my YouTube, I can let you guys know. And if you missed it, you can go and see it on Scrappin' and Junkin'. Oh, my dog's talking to me. Yes. Um, what do you guys think? Is there anything else you want to see? Or if I call it a night, I might actually get all of these ready to go in the mail tomorrow, which would be nice for all of you. This is the first time I've had back-to-back shows, but the ledger paper was very popular, so it worked out well. You're out of money. I hear you. I I think, oh, I'm just gonna look on YouTube or on whatnot. There's always something on there that I need, so I have to stay away. But I still haven't been able to change my username to Scrappin' and Junkin' because I'm either selling and or still buying. It is hard to stay away. After my show last night, Maritza, I think it was Pedra that was in here. And I ended because I needed to give my cat her insulin shot. I have a 17-year-old cat that is diabetic as of last year. So I have to give her a little tiny bit of insulin twice a day. And I was going to get off the show and go do that. I ended my show. And sure as shit, the guy that was selling the covers of the French theater magazines was on. And I bought cover opera and theater, more opera. Well, I don't have any opera. So I got opera and then I bought more of the theater. So I'm unplugged my phone and ran into the kitchen to get the cat taken care of. And ended up he was selling like 15 of the pages for $3. Now they're black and white, mind you. He wanted $3 for one that's color. And but I was getting and I didn't like them all, but he if there were at least, six, seven, eight that I liked, I thought you can't beat $3. So I bought some more last night. He just happened to pop up somehow after I ended my show. Probably when I ended it and cleared and saw the main screen. There he was with the prints right there in front of me. I have I just love making those paper dolls. You have to have a lot of patience and like to work on the computer. So anyway, started out buying all this beautiful, authentic French stuff. And luckily, before I sold quite a bit of it, it's not all sold yet, but I had scanned a ton of it. And that's why I've got so many prints now to sell for all of you. If you want to, my thought was, I don't know how we could get the money out of a junk journal if we used authentic for every page, because it seems like it's hard to get a decent price out of a junk journal. They have no idea what it costs, in the time spent. People don't. And so, unless you make them yourself. So I thought, well, these prints are beautiful and they would look amazing in junk journals. So that's kind of my thinking behind that, too. I'm going to get up early, and my youngest daughter lives only an hour and 15 minutes from me. We're supposed to get a horrible winter storm hit Sunday morning with snow and 40-mile-an-hour winds. So I'm glad I'm going Saturday. Otherwise, I wouldn't be going. I came home in a snowstorm from her house one time, and I was in a little bitty car. I now have a minivan. I didn't think I was going to make it up some of the hills. Yeah, today was in the 60s, and but yesterday we had sustained winds of probably 25 to 30 with gusts of 40. I don't know what the heck's going on with all the wind right now. So Colorado, you're not supposed to get this? I would think you guys would get it before us. I have my aunt, my uncle and my late aunt have lived in Colorado for years. Huh. So maybe it's coming more from the north and not coming from you guys, from Colorado. All right. Well, I didn't list any checks. I don't know if Christy is still here and if she has decided if she wants any, but just let me know if you are or if anyone else. Yeah, I became obsessed with checks, and I need to get a listing made to sell the authentic ones, the real deal, because I don't need that many. All right, guys. Oh, they are so fun. Well, my obsession started with cabinet cards. When I first got on Whatnot, I didn't even know that they existed, cabinet cards. And I became obsessed with those. And I didn't care for the smaller ones, the CDVs or the tin types or any of that. I just loved the cabinet card. So I invested a lot in those. Then rag paper and rag paper books. And then invoices and checks. And it just all snowballed. But it's been fun. And I like to scan. And I had a good printer. So I thought, well, what the heck? Let me try this selling on Whatnot. March 31st. Oh, tomorrow. I was just answering and I hadn't read your question. March 31st will be 1 year. What should I do for a celebration for that? Have you seen anyone do anything exciting for their 1 year anniversary? Yep, March 31st. And the reason, well, okay, I said that. That's why I started selling, but that's not the reason I started selling. I started selling to destash my craft room. It's a disaster. And I have enough to, I swear to God, well, my girls say I have enough to fill a store. I don't think so, but I I originally did it to destash because I want them to come and help me get organized. And they want some of this out of here. It overwhelms my oldest daughter. So I said, okay, I'll get rid of some of this. Well, then I found whatnot and I found French and I bought tons of French and now it doesn't look like I destashed. And neither one of my daughters have even come in to look at my room. And it was just in the last few months I told them how I was buying French. And they just roll their eyes and laugh. Oh, Mom. So, if I ever get it down to halfway normal looking, they might come and help me. It's one of those where I'm going to have to take everything out, but where I'm going to put it when I take it out is the problem. I'd have to have 10 tables in my house, and my house isn't huge. And so I don't know. I keep blah, 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 going around in circles trying to figure out how to do it. I am, I'm having that very exact same problem with my craft room. Now it's a conundrum. I'm telling you what, there's piles. And I know I could tell you where most anything I need, not all, but is, but it's just, I'm not good at figuring out how to organize a place, a home for every item. Uh, Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? I can't, I've tried different drawer trays. I just can't, I'm just not good at that part. It is hard to organize. Now, the places that I have a home, items that I have a home for, I put where they belong. But I swear to God, 80% of my craft room doesn't have a home. And I think every winter, the beginning of January, I'll get this done. And so I haul some stuff out onto a table outside my door. Yes, yes, yes. And get it hauled out, get stuff hauled out to a table and cover the table. And then I just lose interest. Or something comes up and I don't get back to it. So the table sits out there until July. I have a huge 4th of July party every year with my kids and primarily my kids and their friends and my grandkids. So then I shove it all back in the room and shut the door for the 4th of July. And then January 1, it might all come back out in the hallway. Yes. Yes. temp tomorrow. Yes, yes, yes. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I just need to set up whatever tables and maybe haul out a section of the craft room at a time. And then I think I have a good way to store something, and it doesn't work. So now I think I need cabinets with doors because I'm also a visual. I didn't learn this till later in life that you can be a more visual person. And that's what I am. I forget I have something if I can't see it. And, but I'm getting at the point where I want some cabinets with doors. Yes. So that I can shove some of this shit in there and not worry about it. And it doesn't overwhelm or overstimulate me to see all of this stuff. But I think both of my girls are ones where they don't have to see it. So that's why this overwhelms them. I'm going to open a Diet Coke in case you hear the pop. Well, you heard my dog, I think. Yes, that's true. You're right. Then the dust is the next problem, isn't it? Yeah, you heard my dog. I think they want to go outside. Well, thank you all. It's so nice chatting with those of you that have stayed in here with me. I love the times when we have chats like this. It doesn't have to be in all the time. Sell, 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 buy, buy, buy. You know, yeah, it is nice. All right, ladies, thank you so much. And I think Monday is when I have the show scheduled for making the tags. Oh, thank you, Tamar. I'm so glad you found me through Paper Swan. I had a couple really weird shows in the last couple of weeks. I think it was because of my seasonal allergies. I just felt like hell. So I apologize because I believe you were in one of those. It was I just kind of felt like I was, but I think I've gotten my medicine built up and I'm feeling better. So that's good. Okay, we shall see you all next time. Hi, hi, love, cheap frills. I mean, we are just ending. Yeah, I had several ladies tell me that it's so hard for them to, uh, catch me in Monday mornings, and so I've stayed with Monday morning because I have a nice little following then, and then I'm depending on my schedule, I'm doing either Thursday or Friday night or Saturday morning. Does Saturday morning work okay with you tomorrow, or evenings even just the best? I had a pretty good show. I think it was this last Saturday morning. Hi, Christine. Just wrapping up. Thank you for being in here earlier. All right, girls. I will see you. Well, were you here for most of the ledger? I'm thinking you might have been. Then I was just showing them the paper dolls and rag paper and these little mini envelopes that I have um, in the buy now, not made, but you can purchase them in kits. And you make these adorable little French envelopes to hang. Oh, I put a bulb pin on, and then we can hang them in our scrapbook pages. I added these little fake crystals, but the other ones I did last year had little tiny beads on the bulb pin. So it was just that stuff that's in my bin. All right, I'm out. Have a great weekend, everyone, and maybe I'll see some of you Monday morning. Bye bye.